All right, guys. So, a few different things today. So, let me get started on masks and Biden's his wishes or demands or whatever. So supposedly he wants to make it where it's mandatory to wear masks in public. I'm assuming like outside. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but I'm not going to be wearing one outside. If it's just me, or if it's just me and my wife and we're outside, I'm not going to be wearing one. It's plain and simple. Not going to happen. If he wants to make it mandatory to wear masks in vehicles, guess what? I ain't going to do it. Even if it's just me and my wife. I mean, there's no reason to. We live together. We're in a vehicle. We're by ourselves. There's no reason to wear a mask. It's not going to happen. Not going to comply with it. If anyone tries, if any police officer tries to give me a citation for not wearing a mask, especially in my vehicle, I will fight it. I will not comply. Nobody should comply with that. That is overreach, and I'm not sure how many police are actually going to enforce it. No police should enforce that rule. There's no reason for it. Out of bounds. So, the next thing I'm going to talk about is firearms. And we all know that Biden does not like firearms. So, we've all heard, or I'm assuming we've all heard of the "I've lost it in a boating accident" excuse. Well, guys, that ain't gonna fly. That's not gonna work. Especially if you live out in the desert like me, where the nearest body of water is 2 hours away. Nearest ocean is a day's drive at minimum. Not gonna work. So we need to be coming up with ideas on what to say if they do try to come looking for our firearms. Guys, we do not need to attack anyone that is trying to confiscate them. Do not attempt to attack anyone that is trying to take your weapons, because it's only going to end badly for you and or your family. It could end up with you and or your family dead or in prison. Don't do it. Right now, while we have the time, we need to be brainstorming, coming up with ideas on what we should say, how we should be going about this. Marry them if you want. If you can make a hidden room, do that. If you can make anything to where you can store your firearms hidden away, nobody can find them except for you, do it. Right now is the time while we still have time. Don't tell anybody that you have any firearms. If people know you have firearms, don't tell anyone else. Don't register them if you don't have to. If you don't have any of your firearms registered right now, do not register them in the future. If you do have your firearms registered right now, you are the person that absolutely needs to come up with an idea on what you're going to do with them in case that time does come where they do try to come and take them. It's going to be very important, especially for anyone right now that has a registered firearm. You do not want to give it up, and you need to be thinking really hard right now what you're going to do. Hide them. them away and put them in storage. Again, don't say the whole "I lost them in a boating accident." While it is plausible for some people, it is very, very mainstream now. That whole story. It's just not going to fly. Don't do it. Come up with something believable. So another thing that I'm going to talk about is Biden's plan to shut down the country. Now, apparently, he's going to pay everybody's wages. That's pretty funny. So he's going to pay me $1,200 a week. He's going to pay the owner-operator truck drivers out there $6,000 to $7,000 a month. Guys, while I guess it is possible for this to happen, while it is possible, I guess, that he could pay everybody their wages, it's not going to last long. In doing that, it's going to completely crash the economy. It's going to devalue our currency. It's going to be worthless, and it's just going to be a bad story overall. It's not going to look pretty. You know, there's already businesses right now that are shut down permanently because of lockdowns. First lockdown. My city's kind of going into a second lockdown now because supposedly our cases are really high. So yeah, locking down the country is not going to look pretty. Especially if he plans on paying everybody's wages. Good luck with that. Stock up on food and water right now while you can. Absolutely stock up on food and water. And go out and buy ammo if you haven't already. Even if you have already bought ammo, buy some more. Let me tell you this though, when you're going out and buy supplies, food, water, ammo, don't hoard, okay? Buy a decent amount each time you go to the store. Don't buy as much as you possibly can. Leave some supplies for the next guy, especially when it comes to ammo. If your gun store says that there is no ammo limit, like one of the gun stores in my area, don't run them out of stock. Leave ammo for the next guy. It could save their life. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a vaccine. I'm not going to take it. I have no plans on taking it. If somebody wants to take it, good on them. Let them take it. I am not going to voluntarily take it. Hell, I don't even want to take it even if it's mandatory. I don't know what the repercussions of that would be. Possibly some industries out there might make it mandatory for you to take a vaccine. And right now, unfortunately, I can see my industry as an industry of saying, if you don't take it, you're out of a job. Just because of what I do for a living. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, if that's what they end up saying. Again, I really don't want to take it. And that brings me to the last thing that I'm going to say, and that is, guys, when is it time to bug out? Honest when is it time to bug out? When do you think it's time to bug out? Because, I've talked about the Lykov family a lot because they're my favorite story on bugging out, because they did it for a very long time, and they bugged out because of religious prosecution. Granted, people were being murdered over religion, and that is pretty extreme. But guys, we're getting to some pretty extreme times, and we're getting a lot of things happening at once. Our First Amendment and Second Amendment are being challenged. They're being attacked. And if it gets to the point, when is it time to bug out? And where are you going to bug out? I'm just going to say this. You can buy a dacha in the middle of Russia for about $30,000 or less. May need some fixing up. Now, a dacha is a country home. It's got some land. You can do a little bit of farming on it, have some animals, and grow your own food. Something like that in America would be about, I'd say, anywhere between $60,000 to $100,000. Upward. So, just some things to think about. Where are you going to bug out? When are you going to bug out? When is it time to bug out? Now, I know bugging out is when it's safer to bug out than it is to stay where you are. That is the appropriate time to bug out. So is anyone going to bug out if things get bad? Let me know, because I'm trying to figure it out. Now, I've got me and my wife, and I've got a damn good job right now. I like my career. It pays good. I have a nice apartment in the middle of a city. 2 vehicles. Got pets. Bugging out for me is going to be difficult if that time comes. What's everyone's thoughts? I'll leave it at that. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.